Hello everyone, my name is Himashaili. Now I'd like to give the demonstration on my project about simple online auction system. So basically in general, online auctions have become increasingly popular for buying and selling goods and services. So my project aims to develop a basic online auction system where clients can place bids on items in real time. And moreover, the system will the project which I've implemented will use a server and client architecture with trading to handle concurrent bidding activity and update the auction status. So the main objective for my project, where I've developed a server side to manage auction items and handle client connections, and also I've implemented client side to allow users to connect to the server and also place the bids on items. Moreover, I utilize threading to handle concurrent bidding activity and update the auction status uh, in real time scenarios. So, to explain more about the features in the client and the server side, so at the client side, I managed auction items and included item details and also showed the current highest bidding and also handle client connections and bidding requests concurrently using threading. Um, and also validated the bids and updated the auction status accordingly at the server side. And the features I have included at the client side are I've connected to the server uh, to view the available auction items list and also place the bid on items and receive real-time updates on the current highest bid. And also finally I displayed the auction item details and the bidding status which are given by the clients. So to implement my project, I have used the Python as the programming language for the client and server side applications. So also I've used Socket for communication between the client and server, and then utilize threading concept for handling the uh, concurrent bidding activity. So let's see the implementation of my project. So the workbench I have used to write the codes and run and then perform the execution. I've just used the utilize the service resources of Jupyter Lab. So these are the code files. So the code files which have for my project are server dot a Python file and the client .py file. So here I've generated a .csv file. This is my data file where I input these data file generally consists of auction details. So this data file have four columns where first column is I'm just given the item name. uh, so and then it's at this in the second column will have the uh, minimum auction value, I mean, or the minimum price of the item. And then the third column I've just given the highest bid amount so far, and the fourth column is the bidder name. I'm storing it. So this is my data file. So to uh, s- so now to explain about the server side implementation. So I've used Python as the programming language to develop the server side and the client side code. So basically, in the server side, I've just performing the first operation. I've just imported a few libraries like Socket, and for concurrent bidding activity, I've just used threading. And to store the data, I've imported CSV as the libraries. And then in at the server side, I've just performing these functionalities where my code generally first it loads the auction item details from CSV file, and then this and also it listens for client connections, and then it handles client request in separate threads, and finally it manages bidding interactions. So when the auction ends, it sends the final bidding results to all the clients, so before shutting down of the server. Whereas in the client side implementation, So at the client side implementation, I've used the library of socket. I utilized the socket as I imported the socket library, and then here in the client side, I've just whereas this client connects to a server using a socket connection, allowing the users or the clients to view available auction items and can also place bids. So after placing a bid, it generally prompts the user if they want to see the updated list of items and handles the bid placement process accordingly. So let's see how the implementation or the deployment of the uh, project. So here I'm just starting the server. So I'm just running. First, I'm gonna run the server file. So I'm just executing the server side file. So I'm just doing this. I'm just giving the command to the terminal. So it just says server is listening. So then now I just want to start the client. So now I'm gonna run the client side. So here again to run the client, I'm just giving the command python space client.py and just click on enter. So it's just giving, I just given a prompt message where it's asking, do you want to see the list of available auction items? So here I'm just saying yes. So first it display the available auction items from the CSV file. So this data has been given from the server to the client. So when I click enter, so it's just displaying the available data. So here it's just coming from the server, where the first column has the item name and the second column will have the auction minimum auction value, and the third column it is just storing the highest bid amount so far, and then finally it's in the final column I'm just storing the bidder name. So here I'm entering the name of the bidder, so I'm just giving Hima as the name of the bidder, and then I'm just clicking enter, and then here select item to bid. So I just want to give this item, so chair, as my bidding item. So I'm gonna type chair here and click on enter. Then it's asking for bidding amount. So here there is already existing bidding amount of 400. So I'm gonna give 500 and just check it. So it says that bidding amount added successfully. Now if I want to see the updated list or the status of the item chair, then I just do type S and then click. So here the bidding amount for the chair has been updated to 500 from 400. So now to see the concurrent bidding activity, I just gonna run one more terminal. For one more client. I'm adding one more. I'm starting new client side. So I'm gonna type Python space client.py. So here it's again asking for prompt message whether you want to add, see the list of available auction items. So when the user clicks yes, so it will show the um, available existing items. So here I just for so it's just showing the updated list of auction items. So basically the server's side it's just showing the prompt message that server has been shut down. It's because I just set the server to 30 seconds. So within 30 seconds, if the auction completes, then it's gonna if some new user login, I mean, if some new user tries to do the bidding on that particular item or any kind of items which are available for auction, so it's gonna say the auction has ended. So the auction is ended below the final status of the auction items. So it's based on the time limit that server has been set. So I've set to 30 seconds. If the server has been set to more than 30 seconds, or if I set to 2 minutes, then we can have the multiple clients can perform the bidding activity on the uh, items which are available for the auction. So this is the final output which I am getting from the client side. So this is the project implementation I've done so far, and the challenges I've faced is it's it's about setting the time so that the time in the server side, so that the server can shut down, and we can display the highest bidding. So bidding activity which is performed by the different clients at the like simultaneously. So here I just displaying the final status so of the each item in that respective column of the CSV file. So for future implementation, we can also do like, instead of displaying the whole status of the CSV file, we can also just display the individual item which the user wants to see. So yeah, so this is the implementation I've done um, for my project, online auction, simple online auction system. So to conclude my project, I have developed a simple online auction system using Python as the programming language, and the concepts of socket and threading, so that I can have the real time bidding activity. And then I've implemented a client and server side architecture, and I just incorporated few features so that the users at the client side can perform the bidding activity on the available items which are um, which which can which are available for the auction. So yeah, thank you so much.